and my favorite travel buddy, Petronas, will wait in Kuala Lumpur. When I spend the week there, hope you're gonna like it.
To better understand Kuala Lumpur, let's start with a map. Most of the city's main attractions are located in just a few key areas, which makes it easier to explore than it might seem at first. This is Kuala Lumpur city center, the modern center and home to the iconic Petronas towers. A bit further south is the old city center, where you will find Merdeka Square and Chinatown, with a more historical and local atmosphere. There is also a huge green area, botanical garden and the bird park. It is a perfect place to spend an entire day and escape the city noise. And finally, just outside the city center are the famous Batu Caves, one of Kuala Lumpur's most recognizable landmarks. To start exploring the city, we went straight to the Petronas towers, and the most natural way there is through Kuala Lumpur City Center Park. Green, calm, and right in the city center, it is a perfect first stop in Kuala Lumpur.
So now Chewy and I are about to see the Petronas Towers. We had to buy tickets several days in advance, and I can't wait to see it. This is one of my biggest expectations from Kuala Lumpur.
Actually, there are two main viewpoints that you can visit here. The first one is the Sky Bridge, the bridge connecting the two towers. It was built not only for visitors but also as a safety feature, allowing people to move between the towers in case of emergency, for example. And the second viewpoint is the observation deck on the 86th floor, offering a completely different perspective over Kuala Lumpur. The views from the top are incredible. You can see almost the entire city from up here.
Well, probably we have arrived in a little bit not the right time, is there are construction works down there, but I still think that we will find something interesting here.
Well, looking for something interesting was never that easy, actually. In the city center, they have maps on which they even have these suggested routes for walks. Here, colored in different colors, like yellow is more about colonial architecture, the red one is for Chinatown, etc. So my plan for today is to first take colonial architecture walk and then to go to Chinatown. I really like the River of Life and Jamek Mosque, which is one of the oldest mosques in the town. It is gorgeous. The fountains around it are even a little bit refreshing actually, and that is a good part because in Kuala Lumpur it is extremely hot. Next, I stopped by Central Market, one of Kuala Lumpur's most popular spots. It does get quite crowded, especially during the day, but it is also the kind of place where you can find almost anything. From clothes and souvenirs to camera accessories and small local brands, everything is packed into one space. What impressed me the most were the arts and crafts. They feel genuinely authentic, handmade pieces, traditional techniques, and details you don't usually see in typical tourist markets. Even with the crowds, it's a place that really reflects the creative side of the city. I also walked through Chinatown, centered around its main market street. Compared to Central Market, the selection here didn't impress me as much. It feels more like a budget flea market, lots of similar items, simple souvenirs, and everyday goods. But the place definitely has its own vibe. The narrow streets and constant movement make it feel very lively and very different from the rest of the city. It's less about shopping and more about the atmosphere. To take some fresh breath from the city, I visited Botanical Garden. It's one of the largest green spaces in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. It doesn't feel like a city park at all. Some parts feel like a real forest with quiet trails and dense greenery. And other parts are more accurate, like the Sunken Garden, a formal garden built below ground designed to feel calm and secluded. Perdana is huge and every area feels different, well designed and surprisingly peaceful for such a busy city.
Bella, have only one question. How it was even possible to arrive to Kuala Lumpur and not only the city center because of the structures, but also the Batu Caves. Anyway, I hope that the way upstairs there will still be enjoyable.
The climb upstairs actually turned out to be enjoyable. Not because the staircase itself, but because of the monkeys. They were absolutely hilarious, running around, eating fruits, and clearly owning the place. That said, the site itself isn't the cleanest. There is quite a bit of trash around, and some parts were hidden because of ongoing construction works. Unfortunately, we couldn't properly see the statue, and even a couple of structures inside the cave were also partially blocked. Still, despite all that, the limestone cliffs are undeniably beautiful, towering, dramatic, and very impressive. They are what really makes the place feel special.